YouTube, what it do, man? It's Trey the Third, and this is one of my type videos, bro. I'm ready to give y'all some motivation. I'm ready to motivate the shit out of myself. We about to motivate ourselves how to get this bag, Slim. We about to get to it right now, bro. This shit just like turning me up right now. You know what I'm saying? If y'all like videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We about to tap in to see how to become a billionaire. And I ain't gonna say how to become a billionaire because you know what I'm saying, that's kind of hard to do, but we at least about to get that work ethic to really become successful. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you want to do for real. So let's go ahead and get to it.
But you know, but keep working.
Gotta keep working. Gotta do it.
And how much does one of these cost?
$7 to $10 million.
And what made you decide to get two rather than just one?
It just happened.
How old you want to live to be? I will live to 120 minimum. That's the off. Yeah, you broke.
He said minimum 120.
Everybody want to talk about money, and this is like the last thing that I want to talk about.
Damn.
It's almost coming.
He done made too much.
The out there wealth, it doesn't give you happiness. It
I wanna be a billionaire.
Billionaire.
Yeah, I'm a billionaire.
America now has more billionaires than at any time in history, while most Americans are struggling to make ends meet. Should we abolish billionaires?
These notes were left on more than a dozen luxury vehicles along Point Grey Road, and the tires were deflated.
Subscribe for more Eat the Rich content.
Come find us, come grab a popsicle, eat the rich with us.
Eat the rich! Eat the rich!
Eat the rich. Now some rich people can be assholes. We're not gonna sit here and cap like they can't be assholes.
Cops coming right now.
In recent years, billionaire has become a pejorative. So it's like that's a bad thing.
Are you going to become a billionaire one day? I would say almost certainly, but that's not the goal.
What does being a billionaire mean to you?
Billionaire to me is having access to enough resources to actually make an impact on planet Earth.
Yeah,
this is Yark
cool.
Tadla, and
That's
he's a
really cool
billionaire that made his fortune in real estate. A first-generation Polish immigrant, he moved to America when he was 21 years old, and he got to work. Making money as a dishwasher and selling cars on the side, he scraped together enough money to buy his...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. See, this is a real motivating motherfucking story. Shorty didn't have that much. Now, let's say he probably got $100,000 loan. Somewhere in this, they ain't gonna tell us how he got a $500,000 loan. But we can see he ain't had too much. Like, he's still an immigrant, still came over here 21, was washing dishes. He had to get some money somehow.
First property. As an immigrant who struggled to find housing himself, he realized that there was a hole in the market. So he began to build his real estate portfolio around serving the immigrant population. He grew quickly, and eventually he was able to scale into buy an entire apartment complex. And fast forward 30 years later, some might say this was a guy that had it all. The private jets, the mansions, the fancy cars, and the status of being a very wealthy man. But it was at this point where he felt the most miserable and actually considered taking his own life. After fierce internal battle, he came to the conclusion that inner wealth was much more important than any number in the bank or anything you could buy. And he decided to start speaking to an issue that many men feel in their life, the feeling that they are not enough. In this episode, we explore what a day in the life of a real estate billionaire is like, and we jump into the world of Yark Tadla. Let's begin.
We gotta get into it, y'all. We gotta get to it, y'all. We gotta start making them moves right now, Slim.
Let's go.
What's important to me is putting clean energy into my body. Something that makes me feel good.
I skip all the
I
fluff
shit the
time.
same way you do, and everybody else. Everything is the same. It's funny. I always tell my kids, it's like, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Just think of that. It's like, he shits like you do. He pees like you do. He gets sick like you do. He brushes the teeth like you do. Everybody is the same way.
Despite Yark's humility, I want to draw attention to the fact that meeting a billionaire is like meeting a mythical creature. There's simply not many of them. With only 813 of them in the United States and 2,800 worldwide, they are super, super rare. I mean, you're twice as likely to bump into an NFL player and 4 times as likely to bump into a Navy SEAL on the street than you are a billionaire. This is an elite person. Now, to grasp the sheer scale of what a billionaire looks like, imagine this. Take someone making the average annual American income of $69,000. If they saved every penny, no taxes, no expenses, it would take them roughly 14,500 years to reach $1 billion. Now, to put that in perspective, they would have had to start clocking in at the time that humans were still painting on cave walls. Another way to picture it is this. If you stacked $1 billion single-dollar bills up to the sky, it would would go up 67 miles high. That's insane.
Some people say it's better to be wealthy and anonymous than it is to be famous and poor. But right now, you're entering the public sphere. You have a book, you're going to be on these different shows and podcasts. Why leave the shadow, so to speak, and come out into the light?
Never seen a billionaire flex money.
The outer world, it doesn't give you happiness. It you up. I just hit bottom of the bottom. I had depression. I went through divorce like 5 years ago. It's the world is from the inside out, not from outside in. And if you don't understand the game, then you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, do you want me to just stay here and watch the dogs?
Drop the kids off at school. I'm glad he's in a nice area where he can drop the kids off.
Like this is what I would expect,
No
like
cap.
you know, Key Glock or
I'm
Kevin
still a normal
Gates.
guy. I still shit and wash my teeth the same way everybody else.
We're having to get improved. We're having to get.
No, we're not.
I mean, these are
around
not
here about
rapper
2
calls,
a.m.
Tommy G. I don't know what you're talking about. Niggas ain't pulling up in a drop top Bentley. There's only a few rappers really pulling up in a drop top Bentley, a new one. I'm not talking about like a 2008 drop top Bentley. I'm talking about currently $250,000 worth. You know what I'm saying? $250,000 car.
Nights ago.
Not too
Some
many
guy
rappers
with
are really
face
doing that
tattoos
shit.
And, some of Kodak Black's cousins and street associates. It's interesting to me that 5 or 10 minutes down the road, you can go from Section 8 housing, people hustling, selling
No cap.
who knows what out of the apartment, to just a couple miles away, there's Rolls Royces.
In Florida, it's a highway like, you know, US 1. On the east side, on the water and all the canals, you know, it's the wealth. And on the other side, it's like, you know, it's... But you know what? I moved here in 2010. It took me like 2 years to get used to it. If only nobody get here impressed by cars. Or jets, or yachts.
Yeah, nah, for real.
It's like, you know, the kids, you know what I mean?
What cars do you
The
like?
kids get impressed, but them, you know what I'm saying?
What kind of staff do you got?
Housekeeper. I have a guy that takes care of my boats, you know, everything outside and all this stuff, and pretty much.
Do you have a chef?
Nope.
Do you have a toilet seat warmer that sits on the toilet before you go on it, so it's a little warm?
Dude, when you're gonna see my bathroom, you're gonna.
He does.
This is the most exciting thing about my house.
You do have a butt cheek warmer on your
Yes.
butt? Do you have a bidet?
Yes.
Where you have yourself
Yeah,
an
he
ice
knows
cream
all.
cone?
Nigga, you're rich. You want all the luxuries. What the
I don't
fuck?
eat sugar.
He's a billionaire.
No sugar.
I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't eat sugar.
Yeah, no sugar.
A
Smart
lot
guy.
of successful people are addicts. So when we do something, we do 120%. The same thing with bad habits. And I remember getting drunk with my best friend, and I said like, I'm never gonna touch alcohol again. He said that's gonna last 6 months, and then 6 months, and then a year, 2 years, and like it's been now 3.5 years.
Is that a security guard with the vest up there?
Yeah.
What is this, military academy?
No.
He look goofy as shit.
Yes, he does.
He does?
Yes.
My old school had 20 of those.
Alright guys, study hard, have
This is
fun,
my old school
make
had 20
memories.
of those. Let's get to the bathroom. Shout out to the kids, dropping his kids off at school as a billionaire.
This is a lot of shit. Like,
He's in his kid's life, y'all. You could tell he was an immigrant though. Like, them Americanized niggas who's billionaires, they don't be in
My
their kids' life
ritual
like
is in the
that.
shower, so I spend like 40 to 50 minutes in a, you know what I mean? And then
40
my
or 50
whole-
minutes in your shower?
Yeah, I do a lot of shit in my, you know what I mean?
Do you have any trouble with your water bill, or you can afford that?
No, stop.
Would you say
Can
the
you
average
afford it?
billionaire takes good care of their body?
Yes.
There's not a lot of slobs that are
No,
really
there are, but you need strength. I mean, you need to be physically and mentally. I mean, they're all over mentally, like all the people that I know very successful, very wealthy, they have enormously, like, mentally strong.
Yeah, I would think so.
Dude, I build like,
Shit,
you
there's a
know,
lot of
neighborhood
business
around my
going
school
on.
because my
Like,
teacher
you
told me I'm
gotta
never
handle a
gonna
lot of
accomplish
business,
anything.
even as a
So
billionaire. You
that's
can
the
pay
truth.
people
So
to.
that's why I don't want
Then
to-
you gotta manage the people
School
you
system
pay.
is so broken because what happens is whatever they told, they program a software. And then it took me years, and everybody else, it took us years to prove the world that that's not true. But you know, it's funny, I always want to leave, you know, my kids' legacy, but the only thing I was gonna leave my kids was inheritance. Inheritance is all the stuff, but legacy is all the knowledge, all the wisdom. But I didn't know anything. My wealth is not transferred to my kids until they're 35, 40, 50, you know, my trust is written. So, you know, because, you know, even when they're 30, you almost.
I mean, I was dumb as when I was 33. I thought I'm on the top of the world. I thought I know everything. Now I'm 52, I'm still dumb as I still don't know anything. I'm still learning, you know, I'm reading and all this stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do those trust funds so they don't get their kids the wealth at 20, 25. Like, yeah, they'll still be set up for life. Like, they'll still be definitely set up. But at the same time, like, them people's really, you know what I'm saying? They got to have their own work ethic. They got to at least run the business. You know what I'm saying? At least take my business over and run it. I'm not going to give you the wealth, the profits. You know what I'm saying? You got to profit yourself. Eventually, yeah, you'll have my profits. But, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, hustle yourself, bro. Get that hustle mentality first.
Changed my world. You know, I was in Denver, Colorado. It was exactly 30 years ago. Somebody said, hey, we live in a fourplex and we rent the other 3 units. That's it. And that changed my life.
Yeah,
that was your first piece of property.
No, that was the conversation.
I
went home with my girlfriend and
I'm telling you, bro, I'm about to get in this real estate shit. Telling y'all
4 units. We saved money buying 4 units, and that's it.
I don't want to look like a peasant. What do I do with the spoon?
Mix it.
Okay.
Stop, man.
So I don't want to look like a peasant. Oh, he's drinking that real espresso.
When you're 85 years old on your deathbed, you're not going to wish you had fewer crazy stories. So let me introduce you to the...
I could dig them. I don't know what the fuck they talking about on that, John. Y'all let me know.
Nothing you could buy. So what happened is we have like everybody had access to, let's say, limited type of bread, sugar, vodka, whatever. There was no bananas. There was no fruits, nothing like that. I moved here. I was like, shit. I go to the store. It's like, what? Banana, chocolate, like all this stuff. Like you were going to the store, you were waiting in line to get a little bit. And it was like all the shelves in the stores were always empty. The information is limited. In this country, I learned about, you know, an entrepreneur because no, everybody has money, but what happened, there was exchange of the services. So that's why the money didn't exist. And that's what is in reality right now either. It's an exchange of services that we do at the value we bring to the table.
So what would you tell young people that want to try communism in America?
Well, move to China or go to, you know, still go to Cuba. Go to communist country and follow them and see and talk to those people how they work.
They work hard as shit for nothing.
This is my everyday mantra. Not today, motherfucker. So when the devil comes into my head and starts telling me, well, you don't need to do this, you do this, you fucking lazy blah, blah, blah. It's like, today is the day you don't have to. Today, motherfucker, not today. We're not doing this shit.
How you doing?
Tommy? Nice to meet you, Tommy. So, like a year and a half ago, right? I'm sitting, getting ready to for the workout. I'm eating my ice cream.
Before a workout?
Yes. So this motherfucker comes in and is like, Papi, what are you doing? I'm like, eating my ice cream. I'm like, okay, it's my cheat day. He said cheat day, and this motherfucker comes in and goes like, listen, we don't cheat.
We don't cheat, baby.
I did not have a cheat day in 20 years.
Damn, he said we don't cheat. Shit, I'ma cheat. I'ma eat my ice cream, man. Maybe when I get with, I don't know, bro. I'm definitely gonna eat my ice cream, do what it do. Definitely gonna have me some shots, you know what I'm saying? Not some shots, I don't drink shots, but I might have me a little margarita every once in a while.
How long do you want to live to be?
Not occasionally, but every once in a while I got my little margarita.
120. 120, yeah. Like, you know, it's like, well, if I had accident and something happened, I have no choice, right?
But so right now you're 52.
52, I'm young, I was just born.
You think you're gonna live to 120?
120, yeah. That's my goal, minimum 120.
How do you think you're gonna make that happen?
Longevity. Just, you know, take care of my body, mentally, emotionally, mostly physically. The right diet, eating everything right, and it's just daily routines on a daily basis. And
you got a secret sauce.
Me.
That's it. That's a secret sauce.
You really good. Like, you could probably have some really good food. All you got to do is pay a chef that cooks the most healthy food with the most flavor. He probably could.
You think 120 is possible?
Human body is capable of a lot of things that we can't even fathom, right? And I think your mindset is everything. Your mindset could push you to limits beyond your imagination.
Man, the United States needs some help because when you look around and see how many people are fat
I'm about to go get some Chick-fil-A.
and unhappy,
Damn, they making
in
me
the richest
feel
country
bad,
in the world, it's just kind of mind blowing. Just with all the poison that's in our food, and I remember seeing this during COVID. Everyone would be home, but you go drive by a fast food restaurant. Lines around the corner. I'm just like,
I just came back from Europe, right? You put cheese on ham in refrigerator in Europe. 2 days later, they have a mold. They literally walk out of refrigerator. They're old. Their bread is fresh one fucking day. Here, you put a bread, a month later you can eat it. The ham and the cheese stay in refrigerator for a month. We put in.
Yeah, that is crazy, Slum. That is crazy, bro. I think I bought like a certain bag of bagels, and I expected it to be good when I came back the next Monday. You know what I'm saying? I left it over the weekend or whatever. Shit was molded, and I was surprised, bro, because I'm so used to eating shit that'll last hella days, like, you know what I'm saying? Damn near weeks, 2 weeks. Like, my bread lasts like shit.
This shit in our fucking body.
It's crazy.
Don't. So you don't fucking play with demons in your head? You don't have that bullshit.
A really good wrestling coach said, talk to yourself, but don't listen to yourself. So, because when you're warming up before a match, all of a sudden, my legs are weak, I'm kind of hungry, or, maybe I need to take a shit, or when you just listen to yourself, all those voices creep in, like that you're not good enough, or that you're not ready. Yeah. But if you talk to yourself, like, yeah, I got the pace, I'm gonna put this guy on a pace. I'm gonna put a pace on him and make him break, and I'm pacing, and I'm talking to myself. That helps keep the demons at bay.
I want to see Tommy and Buck wrestle, because they both wrestlers.
We're in a call in 10 minutes. In 5
wrestlers always got that
you're
gun,
gonna jump out the thing. Okay. In office.
You can jump out a call in 3 minutes?
Yeah, I have the inner circle call.
Nice.
Okay? Yeah.
Yarrick is walking into his office to jump on his weekly call with The Edge, a group of high net worth men that meet to talk about their goals, struggles, and give advice to each other.
Right? I mean, we need to reset. Because if we go 100 miles an hour, if we don't reset, it's like, that's gonna crash. And I gotta tell you, like, I keep talking about it, the demons are in my head all the time. That is like, it's a gift and a curse, because that's what we never stop. You know what I mean? You gotta give it all, and truly give it all.
Take the money! Like you pray for something and then God gives it to you and then you get depressed? Are you the same man you were 3.5 years ago? Are you f***ing holding on to shit from 3.5 years ago?
Yeah, you gotta reset.
You were 3.5 years ago.
Damn, bro, I wish I could be on these calls right here.
Andrew, why don't you tell the motherfucker just about $130 million in real estate, so f*** off. Yeah, you broke.
It's who you are in these times, Andrew, that will determine who you become. It's who you're becoming that's more important.
For 13 it's the morals, bro. He basically prayed for his... It's the morals behind this shit, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, like, a lot of the good billionaires, you know what I'm saying, they had to have some morals behind this shit. Like, especially once you become a millionaire, the morals really play a factor in becoming mentally strong and keeping that wealth. You know what I'm saying? As well as actual physical monetary wealth, but as well as, you know what I'm saying, mental wealth. You gotta have them morals in place, bro. Money ain't everything, Slum, but like, they'll tell you this, once they made all this money, money ain't everything once they made all this money. But you do gotta go hard before you get to that point, and you gotta take it to another level. That's also what they saying. Take that shit to another level, and then learn how to overcome the pain.
I'm just showing you the blueprint of what's possible. It's up to you to figure out how. As fathers, it's our job to help them see that they could do it even better than us.
In this grind, and we forget what is important. You know what I mean? And on the end of the day, none of our queens or our kids, they don't give a f about the money. They just give a f about us. Next level!
Let's go.
That no matter what level of success you reach, there's always something around the corner. There's never a stage of life where everything is just settled in and okay, and no conflict, no worries. Whether it's on the business front, relationship front, you always got something that's a challenge, and that's just part of being a human.
Full protein.
Eatable. Avocado, banana, coffee, peanut butter, almond butter, and chocolate protein.
Yeah, that's right up my alley.
In the evening, what I do the decaf coffee. You know, so I don't drink coffee after 1 o'clock. For me, sleep is everything. You know?
Yeah, sleep.
And my sleep is fucked up. Like, you know, when I wake up, like with oral, when I fucked up, my sleep is fucked. The whole day is fucked.
I do gotta start sleeping earlier, y'all. I'm saying after this video, I'm about to go get me some food, go to Target real quick, pick up some things.
I want to sit down.
How are you, sir?
I'm about to get right.
Hey,
Tommy.
how are you, sir?
Nice to meet you.
Nice
How are
to
you?
meet you as well.
What do you do?
I sell real estate.
Yeah?
So houses like this. I saw in this house, multiple.
What's it like being in that market?
It's my passion. I love it. It's exciting, you know, especially down here. I mean, look at this.
So you're walking.
Doesn't get much.
I have no idea what's about to happen. I find out the shit the way you do. So it's a Forbes interview about the book, I'm assuming. So we'll see. You know,
So I find
can you
out
hear
about
us?
this shit the way you do.
Yeah, I can hear you all. Can you hear me?
Hey, Mark.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And we are recording. Let's start from the beginning. You're from Poland, correct?
Yes. You know what? The only thing I never knew what I'm gonna do. Funny, I always knew you know, because I'm coming from Poland, from a communist country. I always knew I never want to work for anybody. I always knew I'm gonna be, you know, entrepreneur,
I gotta
and I
start
always
taking that
knew
more
that I'm
serious,
gonna work for
y'all.
myself.
You know what I'm saying? I just like graduated, got me a serious, or not, I don't want to say serious, but you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get into my career and what I graduated in. But I gotta start thinking like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to work for anybody. And it's cool to like work for people, you know, and become successful in your career, and, you know what I'm saying, be important in a certain field. But to really become successful, bro, you gotta be able to be your own boss. And that's just what it is. Like, you gotta want to be your own CEO. You gotta want to be your own boss. You gotta be able to own what you have. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be relying on 401ks, company investments, bonuses. You should rely on your work ethic to get you where you are. You could work hard as shit for a company, and you only they put time limits on you. They don't really have a okay. You could skip levels. Like, you can't skip levels in a job. Like, basically, they say, okay, in 2 years, you'll become this. In 2 years, you'll become this. In another 2 years, you become this. And then after that, you might get promoted based on your skill level, or, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the times when you start off in a career, it's a whole bunch of 1 to 2 years here, 1 to 2 years there, 1 to 2 years there to move your way up. And it's like, dude, when you're your own boss, you put in you put in 12 hours a day to work hard, put 14 hours a day in and sleep for 8 hours, you know what I'm saying? And then every hour you up and you just going hard, eventually you're gonna seek those benefits. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get those rewards in and you're gonna really take the shit to another level. So it's like, yeah, you could be cool and get in your career, but when you get home from work, bro, you really gotta take this shit serious. And that's why I'm doing YouTube right now. Like, I'm not really trying to be no big YouTuber, but I know later on in life, maybe 5 years from now, this YouTube stuff might be paying money and it might help me promote my business and what I got going on outside of my career. So I'm hustling right now. I'm trying to do this, trying to do other things. I'm running a business, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still focusing on my career, and hopefully that can help me network. So take all the opportunities God gives you, you know what I'm saying? Use your full capacity. Everybody got 24 hours in a day. It's just how you use them, bro. And that's just facts. Like, it's how you use it.
Where did you live the first time, in Rochester?
Rochester, New York, upstate New York.
And then you moved to Denver.
Denver, Colorado. I'm in Florida, South Florida.
Fort Lauderdale. That's where I want to move, Fort Lauderdale.
It feels good. It's a step one. It's
a contagious message. Yeah. I think everyone,
I got an aura
in some way or form, wants to be here, wants to be in this palace on the water, wants to have the jet, wants to have the real estate. And then for you to come and say, actually guys, that doesn't fulfill you, that doesn't lead to happiness.
It does.
It's kind of refreshing. Especially in Miami, we see the opposite. We see these guys flexing their Lamborghini, flexing their women, flexing their whatever they got, their Gucci shirt. And it's a refreshing, honest, authentic,
so you gotta
raw,
go hard to get there quicker.
Everybody
gotta try to get there at a quicker time.
Yeah. And this is
then you can feed other motherfuckers. My goal is to feed my family, son.
Starting to make a little bit of money now, but from the outsider perspective, the common man perspective, the money gets people's foot in the door. If you were worth 70 grand and you're starting to talk about how you wanted to stuff, a lot of people are in that shoes. But a guy that has made what you've made, talks about that, it's like, holy shit. Like,
I only could find people that, you know, because in this society you get level of respect depending how much money you have. And that's what is fucked up. Because the best people that can teach you and they can show you, they don't have a time to share this on social media. They don't have a time to write a book. They don't have a time to be around.
Bro, you want to know what's crazy? When Tommy G was speaking, you know what I'm saying? You could tell how bro was listening, bro. Like, I tell people all the time, you could listen to anybody. It doesn't matter how high up you are or how much status you got, how much respect you got. Like, it doesn't really matter, bro. Listen to everybody and take the good from what they're saying. Don't take the negative, but take the good from what they're saying, and you will reap the benefits from listening and gaining knowledge, bro. Anybody could teach you some knowledge. A homeless person could teach you some knowledge. Anybody in the world could give you knowledge, bro. A 3-year-old could give you knowledge, bro. They're the most natural humans there is. Like, a 1-year-old just came out the womb. That's all he is naturally human. You can learn more about humans from a 2-year-old than you can from an 80-year-old. Like, I'm just saying, like, you could really get knowledge from everybody. So don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant to the fact I know it all. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of young people have that ignorant fact. Oh, I know this. I know that. I don't want to take your advice. They looking at it as someone's giving them advice. Nah, just look at it. Somebody sharing their experience and maybe they thought, you know what I'm saying? They might have wanted to know that at an earlier age. And they became more wise in their later ages to be like, well, I wish somebody would have told me this. It's a lot of things in this world, bro. You just gotta be willing to listen.
Because they're busy, their fathers, they're working 3 jobs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But because they did not accomplish anything financially, so they don't have a word.
Why do you think that is?
Well, you just said it. Because it's a bullshit story the society is giving to us.
You get judged based on your net worth and...
Oh, he go private jet on us? I'm not really...
$20,000 normally, $30,000.
And how much does one of these cost?
$7 to $10 million.
And what made you decide to get 2 rather than just 1?
Well, what happened is, like, the way I entered the partnership, so they own few of them. So it just came with it. Like,
it just kind of happened?
It just happened. It just comes like that.
Would you say you're frugal?
I think so.
Is it hard for you to spend money?
You know what? It's hard for me to spend money on some things and easy on some other things.
What's a hard purchase for you?
If I can get the same value for different amount, that's what I'm struggling with.
Polish immigrant, first generation American. Your specialty in real estate was you realize, hey, if you're an immigrant, you don't speak English that well, you kind of get treated like shit as a tenant and there's not a lot of good options for you. So
you're listening.
So you plugged the hole in the market and you provided...
He killed the game, Slim. He killed the game, bro. Like, what Tommy G just said, I'm like, fuck, he killed the game. Bro, there was one person that said this. I don't know if he was a billionaire, but he's probably a millionaire. And my man just said it because he heard it from somebody. You got to find what people are fucked up in. Like, you got to find the most fucked up spaces and fix the fucked up spaces. You know what I'm saying? You got to sell to the fucked up people because they are fucked up. They know they have to grow. You know what I'm saying? You can't try to sell to the people that are already growing and the people that already have grown and they're already doing good. You got to find the spaces where these people are fucked up and feed them. You know what I'm saying? Because then they going to feed you. But it's just like drugs. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not trying to get rich off of selling drugs to rich people. You trying to find the motherfuckers who are fucked up off the drugs and going to keep coming back every fucking single time. Like, it's sometimes it's hard and it's harsh, but you got to find, like, a problem in the world and not necessarily solve it, but feed the problem or solve the problem. It's that harsh. You're either going to feed the problem, which makes the problem worse, but you're going to gain off of it, or you're going to solve the problem and you can still gain off solving the problem. So I say this, like, if it's not morally incorrect, maybe if people are fucked up, like, you feeding some motherfuckers that's already fucked up morally, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them. If they morally incorrect, like they do wrong things, like they're racist, you know what I'm saying? Maybe fuck them up. You know what I'm saying? God don't like ugly, bruh. So keep your morals straight, you be all right.
Cater to immigrants,
but if
right?
y'all understood what I said, I kind of didn't explain that too well, but find a problem.
The question you gotta ask yourself when looking at a bathroom, is this a bathroom that you would take a poo in? If it is, then it's the right bathroom for your client.
Thanks. When you first moved to America, What job did you have?
Dishwasher.
This was where?
In Rochester, New York.
Okay. How long did you do that for?
I was a dishwasher for a month because I quickly went from washing dishes to help in the kitchen, and I was a busboy and also waiter.
How did you save up the money to buy a fourplex?
I was in, college. I was community college, so the community college was very cheap. And I moved back with my parents, and at that time I also was buying and selling cars. So what happened is I was buying like a car after accident, fixing them, and then selling them. I was making profit.
A big thing you did is you were humble enough to move in with your parents.
Yeah.
When most people would say, I just want my own apartment. And you saved a lot of money there.
A lot. It saved me like another, $900 to $1,000 with everything.
You gave the analogy before, like your first 10 properties is a lot harder than your next 100, right? Talk about your philosophy of momentum.
Like we talked about, like pushing a car. It's hard to start, but the second you have a startup, you have it going, for some reason, then even if you think about it, you sleep on it, you think, you breathe, you shit this, like you think, real estate, suddenly everything around you just, starts going to seminars, start asking questions, reading the books about real estate, and you start, and that's the momentum.
Okay, and so how old were you when you bought your first property? 23.
Part of getting rich is you have to own stuff, own your own business, own your own real estate, own something. So this is the first property I got. It's a 4-unit in Milwaukee. This is what's helping me be able to get my second, third, fourth property. Pretty soon I can peace out from the corporate world, do YouTube full-time, travel the world with the señorita, and live the lifestyle you want to live, So
by 29, how many did you have?
73 properties. I retired.
Free and clear or leverage?
No, leverage.
Okay.
But what happened at that time in Denver, the market moved enormously. Like all the properties were depreciation in Denver, like 7 to 9 and then to 12% a year. So suddenly those properties were worth a lot more. At that time, I flipped all the little properties and I buy bigger, and then it just the game just started.
Okay, so 29, 72 units. You retire, come back. How many units do you have today?
Thousands.
Thousands?
Thousands.
And you're being vague for personal reasons, right? Yeah. But thousands of units. What's the biggest challenge in owning thousands of rental units?
Operations, having the right crew. I think the biggest, when you even jump from 100 to 200 to 500, from 500 to 1,000, is the infrastructure you have to create.
Yeah.
Ollie and Anna seem so perfect. And what people didn't know was she was screaming for help.
Who's the manager's manager? You know what I'm saying? Who's the CEO?
That's the biggest challenge.
Have you ever been close to going bankrupt?
Like not the construction work. Who's doing the contract work? You know what I'm saying?
Who's
your contract?
You almost lost it all.
It's a lot.
That's what happened. That's the first time I hit depression, but I didn't know that's depression. I thought I'm just going broke, and I didn't know how to deal with that. I started buying everything I could put hands on, everything, because suddenly I was like in 2096, 98, I was buying properties for $100,000 a unit, and suddenly it's 2008, and everything in Denver started crushing, and I was picking up properties for 27 a door, 21 a door, 19 a door. Wow. So I was buying everything. I'm like, this cannot last. And then Lehman Brothers went out of market. They went bankrupt. Wow. And I'm like, I'm closing a $12 million deal that I closed, that I raised the money, and the market was not recovered. And my investors started like, I need that 20 grand. Okay, so I give them out of cash flow. Suddenly another one, I need 100, I need $1 million. I need my $3 million back. I don't have the money, I have to refinance the building. Nobody's giving loans. So now suddenly my big investors are coming like, Yarek, it's been a year, I need the money back.
It's funny, Tommy, you asked me about the billionaires. I know how liquid they are. To average Joe, the money that they have, they're very liquid. But some of them, there's like two schools. Some of them, use all the money and leverage as much as they can, and some of them keep the money for safety. But everybody I know, they have a reserve accounts.
When people hear the word billionaire, they often imagine vaults overflowing with cash, as if $1 billion is just sitting in a bank waiting to be spent. But usually that's far from the truth. Most billionaires don't hold their wealth in cash. They're investors. Yarek's fortune, it's tied up in real estate. Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook equity, and Warren Buffett, an astounding 99% of his wealth is locked into Berkshire Hathaway stock. Why? Because cash sitting in a bank doesn't grow. To become a billionaire, you need to put your money to work. You have to move it, invest it, and strategically place it in vehicles that generate high returns. And some would argue that that's the mindset that separates the wealthy from the ultra wealthy.
I had some business
Yarrick
shit
took
to
my
do in
crew and
Maryland.
his family out for dinner.
It's
And
about the
something
time to
noteworthy
start
was
it.
that
About to
Yarrick made
dump
his
my
kids
bread
stack
back
their
into
phones
this
in the
shit,
middle
bro.
of the table to ensure that everyone was fully present for the
About to dump my
conversation.
bread
I
right
also
back
learned
in.
there that his kids worked regular jobs, like
shout
for
out to
example,
Tommy,
his
though.
daughter is a waitress. So we hung
Ever been invited to some cult or
No, I haven't.
Is the American dream still possible?
Fuck yes. Huge.
You know what I'm saying?
Huge. And I think it's more possible than ever was
It's more possible for y'all,
because
bruh.
of the
Come
social
on.
media and how quickly with the information exchange and how actually younger and younger people are getting wealthier and wealthier.
We got to dive into your life. We got to learn.
Man, shout out to bro, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get his name, Slim. Hold up. We gotta get his name because I did skip it in the front. What's his name? Mark Berman, senior. Mark Berman, New York Report. No, that's not him. What's bro's name? Jarek Toddler. Jarek Toddler. Shout out to Jarek Toddler. You know what I'm saying? He gave us a lot of gems on this video, a lot of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I might go ahead and rewatch this video. My reaction, of course, but might have to go rewatch this video in about a couple months to see if I made any, you know what I'm saying, did anything I said I was going to do, because I'm trying to do this shit. I'm trying to take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make this shit happen, bro. Try and make this shit happen. And I hope y'all try to make this shit happen too. I appreciate y'all if y'all tuned into this video. It was very motivational. You know what I'm saying? Very motivational. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, because we definitely got them coming. I appreciate y'all.